Hey Cup of Christ fam, welcome back to another Q&A. I am excited. Well, I'm always excited to come on here and talk with you guys, and I love these Q&As. I feel like these Q&As help me learn more about you all, and it actually gives me more insight about myself. So without further ado, I just want to jump right into this because unfortunately I only have 30 minutes for lunch today. It's crazy hectic. So the question is, how do I get over or deal with a broken relationship? And they put in parentheses actually dating/friendship. So I'm assuming they mean how to get over either one, which is funny because earlier this year I actually had a breakup as well as a friendship breakup, and it was really hard for me, guys, and I think I had to go through that to learn. And now I get to tell you guys what I had gone through, and I also get to share with you what the Lord actually showed me during these times. I'm not saying that what I wrote down is law or whatever. Honestly, like I always tell you, read your Bible, talk to spiritual mentors. Those are the best ways to go. But in this case, I'm just going to share with you a couple of things that I learned after the breakup and my friendship ended. It changed a lot in me. It helped me see things. I realized a lot of stuff. And, you know, first off, when dealing with that, how to deal with that is the one thing I wrote down that I think is the biggest thing. To change your feelings, you have to change your thoughts. And I know, especially when you're in the moment, it's easier said than done. All you feel is the pain, the heartbreak. You feel maybe betrayed. You know, when you change your thoughts, then you can change your perspective on things. And how I went through it was I had to pray about all of the negative emotions I felt. And for the longest time, I was definitely dwelling on the emotions. That's all I was thinking about. And that included when I had the breakup with my friend. I really felt like we were not going to be able to grow together. And it was hard because I had to make the decision. And, you know, having a friendship for a very long time and then having to let it go is a hard thing to do. A lot of times I felt like I wasn't good enough. So I started dwelling on that. I started battling insecurities. And so I just felt like there comes a point in your life where you just have to realize, you know what, this relationship is not helping me, whether it be your ex or, you know, a friend. You have to realize the relationship that you're in, if it's not edifying you, if it's not getting you close to the Lord, then that may not be for you. The next thing I wrote was that you have to turn to God. Everything that you go through, everything has to go through the Lord. Just because God is the only one who can understand you. God is really the only one that could ever understand you. You can try to talk to your family members, your friends, but nobody will ever understand heartbreak like God does. Instead of wallowing in, you know, sorrow and grief and bitterness, I took that time and I started, you know, after a while, I'll be honest, it took me a long while. The time that I would spend with that person, I actually changed it over to where I was reading the word. I was studying more. I was, you know, preparing for these videos. I was getting more involved in these videos. So it kind of helped me out a little bit, just throwing myself in the Lord. And guys, it was so hard. Even when I ended my friendship, it was so hard as well, because the times that I would message that person, I was like, you know what, I can't message them now. What do I do? And so I had to kind of change my pattern, change everything, and focus on the Lord. And what I found with the Lord is when you start to meditate on the Lord, you start realizing that all the insecurities that you would have in a relationship or in a friendship, you don't have to have that with the Lord, because He loves you unconditionally and He will never judge you. You know, you don't have to worry about not being good enough. He is always there for you, and He will always tell you how much you mean to Him. That will never change with Him. Totally had to turn on the air because it is starting to get hot. It's 89 degrees. The other thing that I had to learn was to stop feeling sorry for myself. I always felt like I was the victim. Honestly, feeling sorry for myself just made me look more pitiful. Instead of just turning all of the worries, all of the problems into prayers, I kind of just moped and felt bad for myself. And it was there for a long. because both things hit at once, I think I want to say I had my breakup, and then I broke up with my friend. It was like a month apart kind of thing. So it was just like back to back, kind of things. It was really hard. And so I want to say about a whole month, I was dealing with the self-pity. I mean, and it's okay to mourn. It's okay to be heartbroken. It's okay to cry. I cried so much, but I had to learn to be content with my life. I had to learn to be content with, okay, Lord, I made some mistakes. I need to learn from this. What can I learn from this situation? How can I be better as a person? And so that's what I had to do. I had to find that stuff out. The other thing that I found is to be patient. To be patient in healing, and to be patient that the Lord is going to take care of everything. Now, I definitely am cautious now, more cautious when it comes to, thinking about a relationship, friendships, just because I'm learning a lot now. I'm learning about myself. I'm learning about how God, why it's so crucial to have people that are going to uplift you. That's why it's so important to ask the Lord. And this does include friendships as well. Pray and ask God, okay, Lord, is this friend going to uplift me, or are they going to bring me closer to you? Or am I going to be constantly battling all the time? Again, you can pray for that. You can ask God for that kind of discernment. So to conclude all this, I have some verses that I wrote down because these are verses that helped me. Just a couple of verses that helped me get through, the pain and the hurt, to deal with it. But before, so I can't remember if it was in a sermon or, where I heard it, but I heard somebody say, choosing to stay in your situation is like having money in the bank, like millions of dollars in the bank, but never withdrawing and living like a poor person. So when we choose to stay in our situation, whether it be, misery or whatever, we're basically saying that we're going to live like a poor person, even though God's spiritual bank is full of healing, restoration, love, unconditional, and emotional support too for us. So it's your choice. I mean, and the thing is that I think a lot of youth are going through that. There comes a point where you have to say, I'm no longer going to be in this situation. I'm no longer going to be a slave to my feelings and these emotions. I'm going to rise. Yes, I'm hurt, but the thing about hurt is that the Lord may have allowed you to go through that because He wants you to be able to understand other people. Other people in your life may come that are going through exactly what you're going through. So sometimes He allows us to go through the pain so that we can understand people better and understand their situation. So the Bible verses that I wanted to read to you, I'm reading again from my New Living Translation. You can definitely look them up. But the first one that I want to read to you is Psalms 147:3 says, He heals the brokenhearted and bandages their wounds. The second verse that I have is 1 Peter 5:7. And that one says, Give all your worries and cares to God, for He cares for you. I mean, that right there is sufficient. I mean, everything you give to the Lord, every problem that you give to the Lord, He's going to take it all. It's just our choice whether we want to hold on to the pain or not, or if we want to just give it all to Him and say, Lord, I don't have time to worry about this. You need to handle this. So Hebrews 4:15 says, This high priest of ours understands our weaknesses, for He faced all the same testings we do, yet He did not sin. So this is encouragement to know that God has gone through what we went through, and He knows our pain, all the testings He went through. He understands where we come from. And so, of course, He can empathize with us because He understands the situation. And the last one is Hebrews 13:5, and that says, or 5 and 6, I'm sorry. For God has said, I will never fail you, I will never abandon you. So we can say with confidence, the Lord is my helper, so I will have no fear. What can mere people do to me? This is another one that helped me that, God is going to bring me through the pain, the hurt. And like I said, it's okay to feel that. It's okay to cry. It's okay. Many nights I spent crying and just being angry. And at the end of the night, I would just cry into my pillow and I'd say, God, you need to take this. And it's funny because as soon as I would yell and I'd cry in my pillow and everything, and I'd say, God, can you just take this? I just went to sleep. God just, it's like all of a sudden I was tired. And maybe it was just all the crying I did. I don't know. But it's like God answered me and I felt restored the next day. So God can definitely restore you. God can definitely hear you and heal you. But it's our choice whether we want to take the healing or not, or if we want to just stay in our situation. So the decision falls on. So I hope that kind of helped. Like I said, I know this is more of just kind of like my experiences. I do want to encourage you that God can heal. He is taking care of it, everything. You know, just trust Him and trust that God, if you're going through a breakup or a friendship breakup, in time God will mend all the wounds, and He will bring other people into your life that will uplift you. But now you've got to start, getting to know Him. And when you get to know the Lord, you'll know the type of people that you need in your life and the type of people that you deserve to be around, the people that are going to uplift you and help you in your walk with the Lord. That's why I said, relationships, I'm not in one, but I can definitely say that rushing to be in a relationship will just ruin everything. And it will destroy you. It will hurt you. It is better to wait long, like that phrase says, it's better to wait long than marry wrong. And that also includes friendships too. You want people in your circle that are going to bring you closer to the Lord, not tear you away from Him. I hope this has encouraged you a little bit. I'm always praying for you guys. October, oh my gosh, y'all, we are almost to Thanksgiving. I am excited. But I'm ready for this fall weather because right now it is 89 degrees. I don't think so. I'm done with this hot weather. Have a wonderful day and have a wonderful week. I'll see you all next Monday. God bless you.